But it was weird to just go out there with a goal of just striking out players. Like that was the whole thing. It was like just go out there and strike people out. But I also knew that if I threw 6 shutout innings, that I had a chance to get just below Brooks on ERA. So I was chasing that as well.
All right, Dan, thank you so much for your time. Tell us where you are, what you are up to these days.
I am in Central Oregon at home, Bend, Oregon. We are getting ready to hit up with some winter storms coming down through the mountains. I live in the middle of the desert, and so just working out, throwing, waiting to come back to Korea in 1 month from right about now.
Are you in your room? Is this your bedroom, living room? Can you tell us about your like the background? Like I like the high ceiling. I like the wall. What you have up there? Can you tell us a little bit about where you are? I mean, exactly what part of the house you are at right now?
I'm actually I'm in my guest house. That is the elk I shot last year. Fed our family for almost an entire year, and now I got the trophy part of it up on the wall. It's called the casita, which is I don't really know what that means, but I could ask Machado next time I see him. So I'm out in my casita, which is essentially my little guest house. It's where we record my podcast. It's where I keep my vast whiskey collection.
If I come over, I get to stay at your casita, right?
Yeah, well, not for long. The house is on the market. So if you're interested, go ahead and come on over and purchase it.
I mean, before we talk about your season. Your original plan was to have your family with you in Busan, but with the way things happened with COVID, you were pretty much alone. I mean, you had your teammates, but your family wasn't there with you in Busan. Tell us about the moment you got back, when you got to hug your son and your wife, being reunited after months being separated. I mean, how was that like? Did you cry? I mean, that must have been a very emotional scene at the airport.
Yeah, man. There's a video up on my Instagram from it. My mother-in-law actually took the video for us, but speechless was what I was. I thought that for sure, like I would be able to at least say hi, or I just couldn't even like talk. Like I was dumbfounded. And my son came over and gave me a big hug, and then like pulled my wife in, and, like made all 3 of us like hug. Like it was just like it was really weird. Like after being 9 months and 3 days apart, to come back together and to just be a family right away. It was like, we talked and video chatted and all that kind of stuff all the time, but not being able to actually hold my son, like even his voice sounded different than it did on the phone. It sounded different, especially from when I left. And we're in and out a lot as ball players, but I'd never been really that disconnected from my family before. So like you said, it wasn't what we signed up for, but COVID happened. They weren't able to come over. Coming home was magical, and it's really made me cherish every moment that I've had at home this entire offseason.
Coming into the offseason, Lotte Giants fans were a little bit nervous about you leaving the team. Obviously, with the whenever an American or foreign pitchers or players come to KBO and have some success, they get an opportunity to go back to the majors. The Giants fans were really super nervous about you not coming back. But can you tell us exactly, I mean, not exactly, but kind of give us an idea what happened with your off-season negotiation with the team? Did it go smooth? Are you happy with the deal that you got?
Oh, I think, I mean, I wouldn't have signed it if I wasn't happy. But I came home and was waiting, and I never really got a chance to even experience what free agency was. I signed back with Lotte days after I became a free agent. So it's really just, they made us a good offer we felt like, wasn't really sure what's going on with American baseball next year, what's going to happen with MLB. We don't really know. We have a pretty sure thing that's going on in Korea. I love it there. I love Busan. I love Sajik. I love being there. My family gets to come over and experience it now with me. There's just a lot of positives going in the direction of coming back. I saw reports, or I heard of, I didn't read them. I don't read Korean, but I heard of reports of like I was close to signing with teams in Japan. I heard reports of this, I heard reports of that, and like they were all news to me. Like my translator Leo had messaged me and was like, "Dude, are you going to Japan?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "It's all for the Korean sports news." And I was like, "They're really good at making stuff up because I haven't even heard from anybody over in Japan." And so like just things like that where it's just kind of like news to me sometimes. But no, I was I would have come home and if I had offers, who wouldn't want to play in their own country where they speak the language, where they do this? But I didn't have the opportunity, and I am extremely excited to be coming back to Busan, excited to be back with Lotte, excited for my family to experience it, and it was a pretty easy decision when it was all said and done.
Okay, well, you had a phenomenal season, more than 200 strikeouts. I remember coming down the stretch of the season, especially your last start, you really didn't have to go out there because by then the Giants were out of the playoff contention, but you still got out there and got your 200 Ks. How important was that for you to get to that level, and how important was it for you to make your final start of the season?
Yeah, I thought I was done after the final game against NC. I think I just struck out 11 guys, facing, best team in the league. It was just a really good, positive way to end the season. And I was talking with a couple guys, a couple other foreigners about getting close to 200. And I even remember Mel had texted me and been like, dude, you going for 200? And I was like, probably not. I think I'm done. And he's like, you can't quit. You're 4 strikeouts away. You can't stop. And that was the same from Raczynski, from Wright, from Sampson, from Machado. Everybody was like, dude, you gotta go do this. Don't even do it for yourself. Go do it for other people. Go do it for the fans. I didn't realize that at the time. I didn't realize that it was very rare to get 200 strikeouts in the KBO.
Right.
Over in the States, I don't know the numbers, but over in the States, it seems 200 strikeouts isn't no one really 250, 300. Now we're really talking about it. But getting 200 strikeouts over here doesn't hold the same kind of weight. And so when I found that out, it was kind of a no-brainer. And I walked straight into my manager's office and just said, hey, can I please go one more time? And he was more than happy to let me go one more time. Basically said, anytime you want to go, just let me know, and the ball's yours. I went out there and it was a lot of fun, and had this a little bit of anxiety and stress going into the game of what if I don't get 4 strikeouts?
Anything's possible.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. I had done the things you're not supposed to do, and I looked up how many times in the season I didn't get 4 strikeouts in a game, and it happened twice, or once or twice, and I was like, oh gosh, it's happened before. Is it gonna happen again?
Right.
And I went out there. Obviously, I struck out 9 guys, so it was, I got past the 200 easy, but it was weird to just go out there with a goal of just striking out players. That was the whole thing. It was just go out there and strike people out. But I also knew that if I threw 6 shutout innings, that I had a chance to get just below Brooks on ERA. So I was chasing that as well. I knew that I had a chance to get to 15 wins, which qualifies you for some awards in the KBO. So there's a lot of things to go out there and accomplish in that final start. And then to get all that stuff done in one game was pretty special, and it was a lot of fun. So my teammates were behind me with it. They knew what was going on. They were excited about it, and it was a lot of fun. It was a really fun way to kind of end the season for me. Things that are happening there in Lotte are just becoming a breeding ground for success down the road, and who knows how fast things can change, but is that we seem to have a lot of one-run losses where we were really in the game the whole time but just couldn't quite get it done. So if we're able to flip a few of those around, and we're talking